in the 6-yard box. Plays it out wide to Rowe. Rowe with a bit of space. Comes inside, gets it to Van Leer. Van Leer plays it on to Fusu for a Kettering throw-in. Kettering have Flanagan in their side, who's an ex-Kettering, Josh Flanagan, and Gideon Okito on the subs bench, the number 12. Kettering as well. Get it on, and Panther then is brought down there. That was the last man. That's an interesting one. Referee goes straight to his... that could have been a red, and the Kettering fans, Kettering team running over to the referee, Lamb there. And Panther was away. He was brought down by the last man. And that is an escape for Banbury. Free kick then, just outside the area. Lucky escape there for Banbury, or like Corn, they would have been down to 10 men. But the way the referee went to his pocket straight away, I thought it was going to be a different colour, but it was yellow. Coyle then with the free kick. 12 yards or so out of the penalty area on this right-hand side. Interesting with the wind, it curls in towards that back post. It's headed out, and that should be a penalty. A push there, blatant push on for Scythe. Waved away by the referee. Isaacson gets the ball in. A chance here on that far side. Lewis down by the corner flag. Does ever so well, Lewis. Still putting through, and he seemed to have gone out of play. And the Kettering fans not happy with the referee. But Kettering showing a lot of promise and should probably be playing against 10 men. With me is Gary Fullman. Welcome a bit belatedly.
Yes, belatedly, and sorry for those trying to listen in and only got a bit of silence. We've had to move to the away kit, broadcasting kit after the home kit. I don't know whether the water's got in. Quite a blustery and wet evening here at Latimer Park, but decent start by the Poppies. And yeah, we had a shout for a red card there. The referee perhaps being a little bit lenient in his interpretation there, and only producing the yellow card.
Yes, it was the captain of Fusu, and with my rose-coloured spectacles on, blatant, but not to be. Ball on the far side. It's been pumped forward. There's Menzies beaten to it. That's rare, as Coyle then wins the ball and was slipping and sliding around. Conditions going to play a factor in this game, I would think, this evening. Wind seems to have dropped slightly, but Rowe then want to send away Lewis. A push there in the back, and it will be a Banbury throw-in, not a Kettering free kick. Lewis hauled to the ground. Throw-in been taken towards Ray. Flicks it through. Rowe trying to get the ball. It cannons off Albee. And Paul White has to dispatch the ball for a throwing. Quite a tall side are the Puritans. Game's always very competitive between the two sides in the past. And of course, they'll want to regain their revenge, that 2-0 defeat earlier in the season. Only 6 of those players, though, for Kettering, 6 have left the club since that game, as the ball comes in. Back header here on the far post, over the head kick comes in, and that goes wide of Paul White. Alexander is still at Mikolova. And as I said earlier, we have Van Leer back with us for the rest of the season, which is good news. He was just finding form, and I believe wanted to stay with the club. So that's always encouraging. Mensah trying to find Bittermo, but it spoons its way through the Panther. It doesn't reach him, though. It's cleared again. Bittermo gets a foot in. That goes out for a throw-in. Worley hasn't taken it yet. Has now. Trying to find Albie, who looks to be quite a large unit. Gets the ball on the number 2 there, Bloom. Now comes Paul White to snuff out the danger. Rolls it to to Isaacson, sorry, and it's out with Coyle. Coyle sending it long as a chase for Panther, but that's going to go out of play. And it does. It's certainly has changed from Saturday with sun and almost flip-flops and the barbecue. Now it's back with hats, gloves and thermals as Kettering try and get the ball to Panther. It's beaten turbid. It arrives and referee brings the ball back for the Puritans for a free kick. Out comes Harding and he will take this. A few other games tonight, I think, being played. I think Harbour are playing Real Bedford. Yeah, 0-0 at the moment. That's our game on Good Friday here at Latimer Park, the next home game. Of course, we're away at Barwell on Saturday. Ball being played long, headed out by Isaacson, flicked on by Fataggio, but that's going to arrive at Afusu. He sends it long, and that's overhit, goes out for a goal kick, and it remains 0-0.
Yeah, fairly quiet game so far, with the one bone of contention being the decision for tonight's referee as to whether it was going to be a yellow or red. It was just a yellow for Captain Afuso. Back underway, Mensah half slips, and as a result, cannot find Coyle on the halfway line. So it's a throw in to the Puritans. As Falk says, very physical, tall side. They've had a decent season, but the last 3 or 4 games have just gone off the boil. So I hope they don't start simmering again this evening. But they got the ball in the penalty box, and there's a chance out of a shot, and it's good defending actually by Forsyth. Dispossessed Bloom in the penalty box, and clears long all the way into the Puritans' half. Throw comes back in. That's a push there by Ray. And there'll be a free kick to the Poppies, about halfway inside their own half. And Paul White trudges out to take it.
Yep. They look a decent side, Banbury. As I say, up until recently, they've been the form side. And their last 3 games, 2 defeats and the draw have brought them down to earth a little bit. But you can see it in the size of the physicality of them. Langmead has got them playing well. They'll want to recover and try and get back in that playoff place. And with the teams chasing that 5th place, a couple of wins either way, and it could mean so much as Fataggio tries to weave the ball around, but it's put out of play, hits one of the pylons and comes back onto the pitch. And referee seems to be quite whistle happy at the moment. Coyle then on the far side with the ball for the throw-in, halfway in the Banbury half. Delivers the ball, but it goes straight to a Banbury player. It's cleared. Comes in again towards Panther, but it slips through and skids through. So it's going to be very skiddy on this surface. And it's like a heavy drizzle at the moment. It was quite heavy for 5 or 10 minutes, but which will reduce the attendance, I would think, considerably. But very quiet here at the moment. A bit like a chess game, like it always is for the first 20 minutes or so. Kettering trying to get the ball to Panther. Handball, he claims, but it's not there. Fataggio on the far side. Still Fataggio gets the ball to Coyle. It comes in. It's cleared. And Rowe gets the ball to Lewis. He, though, misses his kick. It's cleared by Alex Worley, only towards Blaine Rowe. He gets it to Forsyth. Forsyth to Lewis, to Van Leer. Van Leer gets it out the side wide there to Fataggio. Fataggio comes inside, still going with the ball. Fataggio plays it in the middle to Lewis. Lewis has to touch the ball to Rowe. Rowe with a bit of space. He's got the overlap in Bittermo if he wants to use him. Plays it to Bittermo. Bittermo now. Can he get the ball over? It's a low ball. It's cleared for a corner. Cut out. That's got the Kettering fans up on their toes in their galoshes and sou'westers.
I can see if we can continue our good fall here, Paul, from set pieces. Almost turning into the Arsenal of the Southern League Premier.
Well, Coyle must have taken about 30 corners from that spot in the last few games, and referees halt things at the moment. There's a bit of shoving and pushing, as you'd expect. If Banbury done their homework, they'll probably try and mark Isaacson, and then Mensah will get one in at the back post, but we will see. There goes the whistle. Coyle then puts in another good delivery, comes in here, and pushing, referee says, before anything can happen, free kick to Banbury.
Yeah, Jack Harding ended up the goalkeeper on his back, so of course that would sway the referee, shall we say, to blow up for a foul against Kettering. So the players all retreat into the middle third of the pitch, and Harding clears left-footed well into the Poppies half. Mensah with the header back, hooked up in the air by Alex Worley, looking for Alabi, but it's cleared by the Poppies out for a throw in that far side, just around the vicinity of the Poppies box.
Throwing then on that far side. Strange that Banbury playing in Rugby Town colours. They normally play in yellow away from home, but a change of kit. As the ball is delivered, there's Forsyth. He gets his head to it, trying to find Fataggio. It doesn't reach him. He does get a foot into it, though. It's hooked into Paul White. He catches that, and Chris Ray wasn't impressed with the ball. He goes to cut Paul White down. He's got a few pounds on as well as Ray. He gets the ball to Mensah. Mensah turns, finds Isaacson on the far side. Isaacson takes a heavy touch, but controls the ball well. Has to readjust. Slips his man, goes forward down that wing. Isaacson going forward, slips it through towards Lewis. Lovely little flick there for Fataggio into the centre to Forsyth. Forsyth out wide to Bittermo. It doesn't reach him, and it rises back up Forsyth. Bittermo is then brought down, and then the offside flag. Oh, it's a foul. Good work there by the referee. And another booking for Banbury.
I think it's Worley.
That's Worley goes into the book, bringing down Bittermo. So 2 in the book, and this is a decent position for Kettering. Coyle over the ball. It's parallel with the corner of the penalty box. Just a couple of yards out. So if he can whip one in here with the wind, could cause carnage in that 6-yard box. Referee pacing out the 10 yards, making the 2-man wall go back. Maybe he does a better job than the one Saturday, because he couldn't dictate 10 yards if he had a map. But Coyle then with the free kick. Everything set up in front of the tin hat. There goes the whistle. Up goes the arm. Coyle puts it in towards that back post. It's in the shot there. Comes in. It's been blocked. The shot comes in again. Blocked again. Cleared. And only Ray up front. He gets ahead to it. But there is Lewis. Finds Mensah. Mensah out wide to Isaacson. Isaacson has remained up. Puts the ball in. Mensah a little flick. And can keep it in? He can. It's put back in towards Mensah. Gets his head to it. A chance here. Going to be cleared, though it is. Only towards Coyle in the centre. Coyle plays it out to Bittermo. Bittermo has got Forsyth with him. Back from Forsyth to Bittermo. Bittermo puts the ball in. Fouled again. And then it's run out for a goal kick. Slipped. And Bittermo Rowe couldn't get the ball over. Runs out harmlessly for a goal kick. But again, good movement from Kettering.
Yeah, very good movement. Getting some good interplay going this evening now, the last few minutes. And it's sort of got the crowd involved. A heavily packed tin at end, as you would expect. Poppies attacking their first half. And they will have use of the Pro Tour stand in the second half as well. Banbury very much confined to a small area of the ground this evening, with about 20 or so fans here. Back underway. McCready with the header, but Taggio half clears. And then it ball breaks to Coyle, calls then dispossessed for a throw into the Poppies.
Yeah, they've been given a similar sort of space that the Kettering fans got at the Spencer Stadium, haven't they? So, but seems throw in from Coyle, Panther. Back to Coyle, it's a deflection, headed out by Banbury. Back to Coyle, he puts the ball in, it'll be a chase, up goes the flag for offside, and that will be a free kick as the rain seems to have ceased. And that'll please the fans that are out in the open. There's a few of those. Don't know if you can bring umbrellas into football matches anymore, can you? Is it a weapon these days?
Good question, Paul. To ask Mark North. When
you can't bring inflatables in there, and they're quite soft if you bang someone on the head with them. An umbrella can do a bit of damage, can't it? So. Free kick then on that far side. Jack Harding with it. If you are listening in various parts of the world, hope your weather is better than ours. And of course, if you're in Australia, like certain people are, it's
yeah, we don't want to hear June how warm it is and how sunny and bright it is. And it's a bit cold, wet, and miserable here this evening, but we have got a football game that's hopefully entertaining everybody.
Throwing then on the far side, it's going to be a long one from Banbury. We've got a lot of tall players in there, but we've got a few ourselves with Mensah and Isaacson and Forsyth. It comes in, headed out by Mensah to the throw-in taker, who's left it to go out for another throw-in. It is Flanagan, the ex-Poppy, who's delivering these balls. Flanagan then right back against the hoardings, about 8 foot from the corner flag. In it comes. It's a good one, headed out by Mensah. And Banbury pick up the pieces there with Worley. And then he just hooks the ball out of play for a goal kick. Into the 24th minute, Kettering have had a few half chances, a few block shots. Paul White been quite a pedestrian, really, so far, which is good. We don't want him overworked. And it remains 0-0. So as I came in tonight to see the work that the volunteers have done on the fan zone out the front, looks very good indeed. Well done to all of those. Most of those will be here, though. Won't hear their names or they mention a little flick on by Panther, but it's cut out on that far side and then is deflected on to Taggio for a throw-in. Yeah, it looks very good indeed. I mean, it's all finished off. It'll be quite nice and smart. And stadium beginning to take shape. Throw in taken again, headed out by Forsyth. It's hooked back in again. Mensah gets ahead to it, flicked on towards Panther, the only man forward. Agricultural hoof from Banbury. On that far side. Good work from Ray. Plays it to Worley. Worley on this left-hand side has to play the ball back, though. Panther gets it in there first to Bittermo. He's under pressure from two of them. Turns, gets it to Rowe. He sends it long. It won't reach for Taggio. Be a chase for Bloom on the far side. He can't get there. Coyle got there first. Gets it to Lewis. Sorry, to Van Leer. He finds for Taggio. A little flick through, trying to find Panther, but it didn't come off. It's back with Isaacson and headed out on the far side. Coyle let it go over him for a throw-in in front of the away bench. And I tap the ball back to Coyle. The referee saying that's where you're going to take it from. I thought he was going to order a burger from the new burger van over there, the way he was looking, the referee. But it's a foul throw, that was, in my opinion, but we got away with that. It's cleared by Banbury. Coyle gets back to harass his man and then robbed by Van Leer. And he's brought down then, and another foul. Another yellow card. Van Leer for a simulated dive. Harsh.
Well, he was moving at pace.
He was moving at pace and he was definitely touched. And the referee this time, though, deemed it to be a dive. And Van Leer, on his return, goes into the book. 2 bookings to 1, Banbury. Free kick, Harding come out halfway in the Banbury half on the far side. Left-footed, takes it there. It goes over everybody and out of play for a Kettering Town throw-in. So the game against Corn, an exceptional game there. That's the first time we've had 1,000 in since the Spalding game. And good to see 1,000 plus at Latimer Park. Nowhere near that amount tonight, I don't think. Well, I can say definitely not. But moments, it's a stalemate. Both sides cancelling each other out. Harbour have gone 1-0 up against Real Bedford. And title is theirs to lose. I think Harbour's now, with Spalding faltering. And Lee Wright's just whispered in the back, Harbour and Kettering Town going up this season. So we'll get that over the airwaves as Coyle is doing well to shield the ball. He's knocked off it, and Banbury get the ball over. It's a chance here for it to cut out before the ball arrives at Ray, flicked on by Van Leer. And that goes out for a throw-in on that far side as Lee Wright just kicks me, you know. Throw-in on the far side. Taking his time with it as the drizzle begins to enforce its way back onto the pitch. It goes over on that far side of Ferguson. He's down by the corner flag and deflects it onto a Kettering player for a corner on that far side. They're going to need to be at their best to defend these set pieces themselves. As I say, they are a tall, physical team.
Yeah, this is really the first defensive test that the Poppies have had to face this evening. It's going to be a corner on the far side. Looks like Worley is going to take it, which means it'll be an in-swinger on his left foot, as you can imagine. Both centre halves, Afuzu and Jones, have gone forward for the Puritans. Flanagan as well. In-swinger, White under pressure. It's half cleared and then fully cleared out the box by Isaacson. Banbury still in possession though. Cross comes in, away by Mensah. And then good flick header by Blaine Rowe. McCready forward to the edge of the box, headed on, trying to get the shot away, but good defending by Rowe. Pokes the ball out to Ishmael Fataggio. And then the ball goes long looking for Panther, but it's too long. There'll be a throw in to Banbury.
Yeah, Banbury look quite dangerous going for when they get the opportunity. There was 3-on-1 there if the ball had crept through, which would have put Paul White under pressure, but it was cleared by Blaine Rowe as the throwing comes in again, headed out by Forsyth onto Fataggio, but then he loses the ball. It's swept into Kettering's half, goes out for a throw in on the far side. New ball required, I think. Coyle will be taking this eventually. No, someone's gone round to collect the old ball. And Coyle will take the throw in on that far side. Temperature dropping a little bit. It's going to be worse at the weekend by all accounts, if you can believe what you see and hear on the TV. As the temperature changes once again. Throw taken by Coyle. Headed by Mensah. They've had tennis. Mensah again gets his chest under pressure though, and Ray falls down under the contact. Goes out for a Poppies throw in on the far side. Of course, Steisch was playing for Banbury in the early part of the season, scoring quite a few goals, but he seems to have disappeared at the moment. I don't know if he's injured or still with Banbury. And Gideon Akito has returned to the side after an absence. Ball comes in towards Mensah. Mensah clears. Fataggio tries to sweep the ball forward. He can't. Isaacson gets ahead to it again. Fataggio is held back. Referee ignores that. Mensah gets another head onto it, and it's cleared by Forsyth. But again, Banbury, like Jack Russell's, get the ball through to Panther. Panther trying to find Bittermo, but it does find Bittermo. He's being pushed in the back as Alex Worley, who's been booked, commits the foul. No intention of playing the ball, just Forsyth wanted to take a quick one. The referee telling the Banbury player to get back 10 yards out to Rowe. Rowe comes inside. Rowe still going forward, still Rowe. And he's knocked down again. Another foul. Well, Banbury, if they can't, another one going in the book this time. He's been booked now. That's the Jones, the number 6, goes into the referee's book. If Kettering go by, Banbury will bring you down.
I was going to say, this is going to turn into Banbury bingo, Paul.
Banbury bingo, yeah.
Tick the numbers off. We've got 3 in the book so far, looking for the first line.
Yes, when you consider Worley there, probably should have had a little talking to after his booking, but you don't like to see them. Well, you do like to see them down to 10 men, I suppose. It gives you an advantage, but physicality has its place. But blatant physicality, as we're seeing here, isn't doing the visitors much good at the moment. And the referee pacing out the 10 yards, the 2 being forced back. Makes you laugh. They stand about 3 yards in front of the ball as if they're going to try and get away with it. Referee pushing them back. Coyle over the ball, 2 in the wall. It's on the right-hand side, just outside the penalty area. Coyle puts the ball in, flicked on there. Oh! And it's been headed out for a corner.
Not sure how that stayed out the net. It looks as though Harding was beaten. But all we've got to show for it is on the corner on the far side this time. Knocking on the door now.
Fataggio then going to try his luck with the corner. No Firefield yet to deliver his set pieces, but Fataggio puts the ball in, swinging here, comes in and headed there, and that goes wide. Another corner. Good pressure from Kettering, as Gary said, banging on the door. This happened on Saturday, and eventually Kettering got the ball in the net and then went on to win quite comfortably. Referee now going over to sort out a melee. Again, it's the Banbury players they're getting a talking to. This time it's Keegan Bloom who's being spoken to by the referee. And he goes back to the centre. Quite a diminutive player he is. So Fataggio then part 2 comes in, back flick. And it's back to Coyle. Coyle then loses the ball. There's a chance here, a breakaway. But Kettering got back in numbers. And it's a poor ball. And that should go out for a Kettering throw-in. But if that had been played right, it would have been almost a one-on-one. I don't think Ray had got the pace, though, I don't think, to meet the ball. But Kettering got to be careful. Don't want to lose a goal by mistakes. And that's the first slip. And it results in a throw-in on that far side, which Coyle will take. 35 minutes gone of this game is going into the 36. Forsyth gets the ball too. There is Worley. Back to Coyle, though. Coyle trying to feed Fataggio. It's been put out of play. Flanagan on the far side. Another throw into Kettering. Coyle taking responsibility. Coyle then still with the ball. Rain drizzle comes down heavier. Hasn't been taken yet. Not a lot of movement for him. There is now. It goes right into the corner to Panther. Back to Panther. Little flick there to Coyle. Coyle, can he get the ball over? And goal kick. Unlucky from Coyle. It got his feet entangled. And it goes out for a corner, 0-0.
0-0. Poppies, though, the dominant side so far. Plenty of football still to go. 9 minutes plus stoppage time in this particular half. Harding insists on moving the ball from one corner of his 6-yard box across to the other. Wastes a little bit more time. And now clears long, just over the halfway line. That looked like a push in the back there on Van Leer. Nothing given by the referee. The ball breaks out, though, for a Poppy's throw, just in front of the gantry position. Blaine Rowe, number 16. Thinks about going short, then goes long down the line, looking for Panther. Panther's beaten by a Fuso in the air. And then Van Leer ricochets off him. And out for a throw-in to Banbury. Worley. Long down the line, looking for Alabi. Being tugged by Mansa, and that'll be a free kick to the visitors. A few of the players having words, saying, come on, where's the card for that one? There was a slight tug by Mensa, maybe judging what's happened so far. He's a little bit fortunate not to go into the referee's notebook, but it will be a free kick, attacking free kick, halfway inside the Poppy's half that McCready will take.
Yep, the number 7 McCready then taking this free kick as the wind gets up, right-footed, swinging in there, headed out by Rowe, goes out for a throw. It must have come off the Banbury player as the linesman gives it one way and the referee gives it the other.
No, the referee was already signalling that it was going to go that way. The linesman saw it, so they both agreed. Whether it was or not is a different matter, but
who knows these days. But so there's a throw-in. Coyle goes over to take it. Very bitty match this. No comparison to the quality of the game on Saturday from both sides. Difficult, different dynamic completely today with two different sides. Ball's put forward towards Panther. Out comes Afusu to get the ball before Harding had to make an attempt. Throw-in been taken quickly. It's been headed out again though by Banbury. Another throw into the Poppies on that far side. Coyle will be taking this one again. With his throw-ins and his corners, he's always involved, is Lewis Coyle. And Isaacson with the header in the centre, but it goes through to nobody. It's been pumped forward. It's not a bad ball, actually, to Ray on that far side, but it goes out of play. The throw-in.
Rain's back, Paul.
Yes, it is. You can hear it on our gantry. This time last year, we've been saturated with the gantry that we had, so it's quite pleasing to be encased in this bunker. Kettering can't get the ball. They can now if Ataggio gets the ball back to Forsyth, but it deflected for a throw-in off a Banbury player on the halfway line. 0-0. You listen to Poppy's TV audio, sponsored by Elgood's Brewery. Coyle with the throw-in sends it long towards Forsyth, who's up front. It goes out for another Kettering throw-in. That came off Bloom. So Kettering progressing down that left-hand side. Change of throw-in taker this time. Rowe thought about a quick one, then changed his mind. Still has the ball, so now he's going to put a long one in. First long throw from Blaine Rowe in the game. Comes in. Back header. Cleared by Afusu. Mensah gets ahead to it. Cleared again. There's Mensah again. Still Mensah flicks the ball through. Can the ball come over? The chance here. A chance. Penalty, surely. Yes. Handball.
That's Worley again. Surely.
Worley, this time he handed the ball. He's been booked.
That's a handball. He's got to go.
He's got to go.
That's got to be a second yellow card. Referee's taking his time in making this particular decision. But if that was a handball, he's surely got to receive a second yellow card. And the Poppies players are pointing that out to the referee. But it doesn't look as though he's going to take any further action apart from to give the penalty. And Mr. Worley is a very lucky man.
Well, he should have been booked before for his second yellow, and that was a penalty. And Coyle is over the ball, but he's just placed it on the spot for Panther. So Worley, as Gary said, a very lucky man indeed. He should be going for an early bath. And Panther then lines up as the rain sweeps in from the right. Referee pointing at the ball. Yes, it's a ball. We know it's a ball. And now the referee telling the keeper to get back on his line. Panther places it back on the spot. It's probably moving around with the wind a bit. But we're all ready to take this opportunity. Panther then. Panther against Harding. Panther. Whistle goes. Up steps Panther. Puts it one way. Brilliant save. And Panther misses the chance. And that is a great save from Harding. Ketrin denied a chance to take the lead as a missed pen. And a rarity from Panther.
Yeah, he went with power down to Harding's right. It was a smart save by the goalkeeper, you have to say. But let's hope that we don't rue that missed chance there for Eddie Panther to take the lead. And it would have been a justified 1-0 lead, really, in this first half in terms of the balance of play. That was by far the clearest opportunity. And Banbury escape and Poppies rued their missed chance.
Well, the ball has been put forward again to Ketrin. It's been cleared by Banbury. That's the last penalty miss at Latimer Park. Was Niall Ranger against Leaston on the 12th of August. So that's a long time ago. Coyle with the throw-in. And Banbury can't win the ball. Van Leer gets it through to Rowe. Rowe overhit that though, and Banbury get the ball away to Ray. He's been challenged by Forsyth. Ray gets the better of him. Bit of shoving and tugging, and Forsyth goes down. And I think Forsyth will go into the book with this referee. Looks like Forsyth is going on for a 50-50.
Yeah, he was sort of holding the shirt, so I can understand why the referee has decided to book Forsyth, but he was then brought to the ground, Forsyth, by Alavi, but
thrown to the floor.
Well, thrown to the floor, yes, but nothing given against the Banbury player. So that's the 5th booking now of this evening.
Yeah, let's hope that penalty missed by Eddie Panther isn't going to be the highlight of the game.
But low light of the game.
Or the low light, yes, you're right. The low light of the game, and the Ketrin won't rue their chances. We're into the 45th minute as the board goes up for time added on as the rain comes down. The referee has got everybody in the middle, virtually, having a team talk. Ray is having a word with the referee. 2 minutes added time as the ball comes in, and it's a poor one and just goes out for a goal kick. So Ketrin then with the best chance of the game through a penalty to go ahead, but it was a poor penalty really, and Harding made a decent save to deny Panthers' 14th goal of the season. And we're getting nearer to half time, as I say, into time added on. Paul White had very little to do in this first half, but it's still 0-0, and the Alfchurch game shows you they only need 2 shots, 2 goals. So you catch them had most of the possession, but haven't been able to break down a stubborn Puritan side as they come away now with the ball on the far side. Comes into Bloom. Flanagan puts the ball in towards Ray. Cleared by Fataggio. Only Panther up front. He gets a foot to it. Lewis gets a stretch foot to it, but then loses the ball. Van Leer trying to close down his man, but it's back with Banbury. McCready on that far side puts a lovely ball in here, the chance, but cleared by Isaacson. Banbury, though, still pressing with McCready. Fataggio gets the ball in the centre to Van Leer. It's a poor ball, though, from Panther. Paul White calls, and he comes out to collect the ball and rolls the ball out to Rowe. Rowe then with a lot of space down this right-hand side. He's now having to play it back to Paul White as he's closed down. Here comes Ray to challenge him. Sends it long towards Lewis. Goes over for Scythe. There is Ray. Finds Albie. And there goes the half-time whistle. And from a Kettering point of view, the majority of the play, but can't find a way through the Puritan defence. I mean, given the opportunity from a penalty spot, unfortunately, Eddie Panther missed it. Fine save by Harding, and it is 0-0 at half-time.
Yep, 0-0. But positives to take out of that half of the Poppies. And I'm sure that Leon will provide some words of encouragement and advice at half time. Decent 45 minutes, just missing that opening goal as far as the Poppies are concerned. We're going to take a break now, and we'll see you in the second half.
Well, welcome back to Latimer Park. Kettering just coming onto the field. You just joined us. It's 0-0 at half-time. The referee has been the busiest with 5 bookings, 3 for Banbury, 2 for the Poppies, and Kettering missing a penalty to go 1-0 ahead in this game. Eddie Panther hitting one with force, but the keeper doing well to carry the ball away. Jack Harding, who's made his 450th appearance for Banbury United. It doesn't look like there's any change in the Kettering side as they're going through their warm-ups in this second half. Seems to have stopped the heavy rain. It's been a night of gusts and rain, and quite the difference from Saturday's sunshine and almost summer-like atmosphere as Banbury come out in their sky blue shirts, white socks, and getting ready to start this second half. See if Kettering can break down a stubborn Banbury side who've managed to stifle the Poppies so far. And they look a threat going forward to the Puritans with Ray and Ferguson, McCready, and James Allaby also has been a threat in that first half, so Kettering can't rest, not that they would do. And the officials out on the pitch here. Poppies kicking from right to left toward the Prosor stand, where the Poppies fans have been allowed in. Have just around 30 fans, I think, have travelled from Banbury and in a segregated section on the left-hand side of the ground. Kettering having the rest of it. Getting ready to kick off as Ray is over the ball. And the referee just checking that both goalkeepers are aware. Signals to Paul White, who bows. And getting ready for this second half. No changes for either side. We're off as Ray gets the ball back. And it's been pumped forward by Flanagan. Ex-Kettering player, of course, Flanagan. It's been sent down to Ray. He has been taken out there by Rowe, forcing the ball to Panther. Panther, the only one forward for the Poppies at the moment. Threads the ball through, but there's nobody there. It's hoofed away by Fusu for a Kettering throw-in on the far side. And we are going to have a long throw from Blaine Rowe. On in front of the Kettering fans are massed in that Prosor stand. So Rowe then right back against the boards, puts in the long throw. It's flicked on, hoofed away by Banbury. Coyle leaves it for Bittermo. He comes forward, plays it out wide, flicks the ball through to Lewis. Lovely ball there to Rowe. And cleared by Fusu. Then the Kettering player is brought down. Mensah leaves it for Fataggio. He can't do too much. It's going to be cleared by Ferguson eventually. And it is. Paul White comes out of his area and lets that run out for a Poppies throw-in. Welcome back, Gary. Second half. Nice cup of tea, glass of orange juice, or prawn sandwich, or
cup of tea. Cheese sandwich. No
cheese
prawns.
sandwich, no prawns.
No prawns. We don't extend to that kind of budget. But
no smoked salmon then, or
no smoked salmon. No. Might get a few crisps or whatever. But
plain or
sort of peppery, actually.
Peppery, right?
Like pepper job. But there we go. Trials and tribulations of being an associate. But back up to my main job. Well, after volunteering on the table, of course, I come up here. So we get a different side of things up here. But it's Banbury now with the ball on the edge of the penalty box, looking for options. Cross comes in. Still not in the box. Creedy challenging, but he loses out. And the ball goes long, looking for Panther. Harding rushes out of his area and dispatches the ball high into the night from the halfway line. Van Leer and Bloom tussling. Bloom wins. Plays it forward, but good step in by Mensah, wins the ball, finds Lewis. Lewis looking for Van Leer. Van Leer pushed to the ground by Flanagan, who disagrees with the referee's decision. But free kick nonetheless to Kettering.
It is just inside the Kettering half, couple of yards. Isaacson over it, right in front of us here. Light shining brightly in the night sky as the rain has stopped. The wind has calmed down as Isaacson sends it towards Fataggio. He heads the ball on, but cleared by Flanagan. Outstretched boot. Mensah gets a head onto it to Rowe, feeds it back to Paul White. Albie trying to rush Paul White into making a decision, but he doesn't. And there's Bittermo, heads the ball on, but Fusu then gets it out wide. Bloom, a little good flick there, cut out by Mensah. And Mensah sends it long for Panther, but Panther is out muscled on this occasion by Fusu. And it goes out for a pop is thrown on the far side, 0-0 into the 49th minute. You'll listen to Poppy's TV Audio, sponsored by Elgood's Brewery. We thank Marcus and the team once again for their continued support of Poppy's Media. Rowe takes a throw in to Lewis, gets the ball back, then he loses it, does Rowe. It's cleared by McCready. And good work there by Ray. Sends it out towards Ferguson. There's a chance here. It comes off Coyle's boot as Bloom loses the ball, and then Panther set away, but Flanagan should get the ball back to Harding. He does. Harding comes out and he looks up and aims at us with the ball, and it just swerves away at the last minute. I thought we might get the ball in the gantry.
It's harder now, though.
Is that a Freudian slip? A ball in the gantry?
Ball in the gantry, yes. Harbour 1, Real Bedford 1 is the latest score.
We gave out earlier that Harbour are 1-0 up. They're in fact 1-0 down. That's our announcer gave me that news.
Oh dear. Yeah, one job.
One job, and he told me wrong. 1-1 then for Harbour, and a foul there by Bittermo on the halfway line. And the number 8 there, Bimbola, wasn't happy and wanted the ball back quickly. Flanagan over it. Gets it out wide. Found Jones. But Banbury on that far side, posing a bit of a threat. Got two round him as they get near the corner flag. Ball comes over, headed out by Kettering with a chance here. And high, wide, 3 points. Oh, no, it's not gone out. It's stayed in with the wind. Thought it was going out. Hooked away by Coyle. Panther, the only man forward, marshalled by Flanagan. There's a Bimbo. He's fouled this time by Van Leer. It'll be a free kick. Aaron McCready over the ball, halfway in Kettering's half. Being forced to go back a few yards. A bit of pressure from Harbour as Worley's over the ball.
It just shows you the strength of that wind, though. We all thought it was going high wide, and the strength of that wind kept the ball in play.
Worley then left-footed, puts the ball in towards that back post. It goes over everybody and goes out for a goal kick. Yes, it's very deceptive from where we are, high into the night. On the ground, it's a different kettle of fish completely, I think, with the wind.
Yeah, just judging by the two flags opposite, it's sort of across the pitch rather than one end to the other.
So Paul White then with the goal kick. 0-0 into the 52nd minute of this game. Sends it down the centre towards Fataggio. He won't win that. Bimbola does. It's back with Van Leer. He loses the ball, chested down by Albie. And there was Ferguson getting a touch on it onto the far side for Bimbola. Threads it through to McCready in the centre. McCready out wide to Josh Flanagan. Flanagan going wide, sends the ball intercepted by Coyle, but gives it straight back to McCready. McCready right footed, threads that ball through to Keegan Bloom. Ball comes in, it's going to be deflected, cleared by Van Leer. Only Panther up front, who's knocked off the ball by Nico Jones. It's back in the centre for Scythe. Loses that one to Ferguson. Ferguson pushed out wide, turns, still Ferguson. Banbury coming more into this in the second half, playing with the wind in this occasion. It's back with the keeper though, Harding. He's right out of his penalty area. Sends the ball long. There is Mensah, gets ahead to it. Back header by Fasai, only to Bimbola. Ray then might try a long range shot here, but he goes out. What a foul by Mensah. And it's a very good position for Banbury. 5 or 6 yards from the penalty area on the far side.
I think it's going to be another yellow card as well.
It is. That's 3-3. Mensah goes into the book. Six yellows. And more importantly for Banbury, it's a free kick in a very good position indeed. Just at the angle almost of the penalty area on the far side. Just inside a few yards. We've got a perfect alignment of it here. 4 in the wall. It's being paced out by the referee. And anything on target's going to swirl around in these conditions. So getting ready, referee blows the whistle, steps up to take the free kick, hits the wall, and does its job. Goes out wide, and Ketrin gets a goal kick out of it. Banbury not happy there. They think it should be a corner. They're going ecstatic over there, aren't they, with it? You know.
Yeah. I think they might have had a case on that one.
Yeah.
I thought it'd have come off Preston Bittermate for the corner.
Poor free kick there when you had the conditions working for you.
Yeah, it was a very poor free kick.
Flanagan didn't do himself any justice with that. If it had come off, it would have been spectacular, but it hit the wall of Paul White, sends it long. Lewis plays it out wide, but there's nobody there. Fataggio trying to go over there, goes out of play for a throw-in. Ketrin not in this at the moment, in the second half, not back at it yet.
No, they're at the front foot most of the first half, it has to be said. But you're right, since the restart, it's been fairly quiet affair, and Banbury certainly probably nudging the possession war.
Yeah, exactly right. So need to get that intensity back into the game that they had in that first half and against Quorn. Again, it's a different team they're playing against, obviously, and a different dynamic they're up against. Strong physical side. As Fataggio is knocked off the ball, back to Van Leer, threads it through to Isaacson. Isaacson's got Coyle out wide. He wants to use them though. Isaacson gets it to Coyle. Coyle plays it on to Bloom, then slips. Flanagan beats Panther, and there's a foul off the ball on Flanagan, and he screams in pain in front of us. Goes down. Looks like his Achilles. Panther is explaining his innocence, that it was...
Well, the referee didn't see it because I was following the referee and he was looking upfield where the ball was. And the linesman didn't flag for anything.
No,
so I think he gave it... I think he gave the free kick on the strength of Flanagan's yelping.
We just had a quick word there with Panther, but nothing serious.
No, he can't take it any further because he didn't see it. So I think it was a bit of guesswork there that Flanagan was fouled, and I think there was some contact. I'm not accusing him of play acting.
But, well, he certainly squealed, didn't he? I mean,
he squealed like a pig, as they say. Yes.
Yeah. And it's Flanagan in the wars. He's up though, and that'll sting quite a bit, I would think. Referee Flanagan has got to go off where he is. Looks a bit gingerly. He comes off. We'll soon see if he's okay. Free kick then to Banbury. Taken by Worley. Goes over everybody out. Comes Paul White, 6-yard box. Bowls the ball out to Bittermo on that far side. Now Bittermo got a chance to do something here. Sends it for Potaggio, but it's gone in front of him and cleared by the Banbury defender, who sends it back down to Paul White again. There is Mensah. And he clears it. A foul on Bittermo, and the referee gives the throw in the other way. There's a foul over there. He's out, stretched out on the pitch right in front of Nick Green, who's offering his advice. I think it's Nick Green, is it? It's Liam, is it Liam?
Yes,
it's Liam. Yeah, offering his advice. Nick Green's next to him.
Yeah,
giving him a bit of advice as well. But
talking to the linesman, saying, "Did you see that, Lino?" The linesman, of course, plays dumb, as they always do.
Who said that?
Yeah, who said that?
Throwing then on the far side for the visitors. Put it on by Forsyth to Lewis. Lewis to Mensah. Mensah, a poor ball though. Gets a second bite at it, does well. And then a third bite, does a pirouette, and somehow the ball arrives at Lewis rather fortuitously. A poor ball from him. And Panther robs the number 8. Panther gets it out wide. It's a poor ball though, and Ketrin, it's not working for them at the moment. Everything is a yard behind or in front. The control of it.
Yeah, they're out of sync.
They're out of sync, aren't they, at the moment? The little touches and that aren't working. Throw in comes in. It's a bit of a melee on the halfway line. It's flicked out, cleared by the Poppers out for a Banbury throw-in. Not a game for the purists, this one.
Just for the Puritans, though.
Just for the Puritans. Indeed, as they send the ball in. Well, away come the Poppies, and Panther is on side. If he can keep the ball in, he can. He's going out wide. There's nobody up there with him at the moment. He's got Bloom in front of him. Puts the ball over, headed out for a corner. As two Kettering players were lurking at the back post. Good work from Panther. And a chance for Kettering to put Harding under pressure. The attendance has just come in, which is quite a surprise, actually. 846 on a Tuesday night. Very good indeed, as Potaggio is down here on this left-hand side. It's a bit of an interesting one there. Cleared. Poor one, really, from Potaggio. Coyle gets the ball, though. Sends it to Potaggio, who's remained up. He comes inside. Still Potaggio with the ball now. Might try long range. He does. Headed out. And I don't think Lewis will get there. He won't. Banbury clear it to Ray. Ray and Bittermo. Bittermo gets the ball and puts it out for a throw on the halfway line. If there's going to be a score on this, I think it's going to be a 1-0 either way.
Could be. Kettering are readying at least 2 subs, I can see.
Well, they have 5 to choose from today.
Yeah, looks like Fanodge is one of them.
Harding sends the ball out wide. And Ray gets it to McCready, but it only goes towards Bittermo. Bittermo sending it long. Little push there, but will Panther get there? No, you won't. And there's a foul there. And it's Worley again, and cries of off on the far side.
There's Jones. He's been booked once.
He has been booked, but fans obviously venting their anger at another foul by Banbury. But in bookings, it's 3-3 in the booking front. Michael Hunter having to come on. And Pataggio has gone down. Takes a bit of stick, does Oldish. It will be a free kick when play gets back underway. So 846, that's considering the night, there's the segregation, and only a few away fans. A very good attendance indeed, really.
Yes, well supported on a cold, wet, windy night. The referee just having a word with George Forsyth, maybe just to explain his decision as to why he's not brandishing a second yellow card for Nico Jones. And it looks as though it will just be a free kick and nothing more.
Well, as you say, the Toffees are going to make a couple of changes. Maybe 3, I think. I'm not sure.
Well, Thanod is certainly one. And
nothing's happened so far as Pataggio is still down. Coyle is over the ball with the referee over there with Michael Hunter. And the lights begin to flicker over there a little bit. With the wind buffeting them in the night sky. We don't want them going out, do we? And having another St Ives moment where Solkin has scored a hat-trick, the lights went out. And well, again, that's not 10 yards, or the foreshortening of our angle doesn't make it look 10 yards. But it's Coyle then over the ball. Can he whip one in? We will see as Pataggio is off the park, capturing down to 10 at the moment while he trots back on him, and up goes the arm. Coyle puts the ball in. It's headed out easily by Ferguson. He goes down feigning injury. Boos from the Mahone fans. And
well, that looked like gamesmanship to me, because
he
got the clearing header.
He got the clearing header, then stayed down, didn't he?
Went down
Ferguson?
like a sack of potatoes.
Yeah. King Edwards.
King Edwards, indeed. But yes, unsurprisingly, he's back on his haunches.
Yeah, it'll be another Lazarus, won't it? Really,
yeah.
as they seem to be these.
It's to be on the field to start off with.
So it was Worley, not Ferguson.
We're going to see a lot more of these kind of tactics over the last next 25 minutes.
And reacting to the crowd was Worley there, as they obviously get a bit of stick. And the referee telling him to get off before he comes on again. And Mr. Lamb there under a bit of pressure himself. And Pop is about to make some changes, as we say. Referee has the ball.
Well, surely we had the ball.
We did have the ball.
And the referee's going to give it to Banbury.
Yeah, another good decision from the referee.
Yeah, some few questionable decisions this evening.
Yeah, as McCready gets the ball away. A push in the back there by Mensah. He got away with that one, though. On that far side is Ferguson. Mensah gets a little touch onto it, and Bittermo sends it forward towards Panther. Panther flicks it through to Pataggio, slips, and Banbury clear the ball, but it's sliced and goes out for a throw-in. Is this the time the changes are going to happen? No, can't see Malcolm his disco board. No. Players are all changed, ready to come on. Well, they're going to put their kit back on or not, I'm not sure, but throw-in has been taken, flicked on. Cleared by Banbury towards Ray. Catching at the ball, then lose it straight away on that far side by McCready. Cut out by Rowe. He sends it towards Panther. Little flick header on there towards Pataggio. He won't get there. Flanagan loses the ball, but then McCready regains it. Flanagan clears it. A little sidestep there by Ray. It's been put out of play for the Pop. It's been a scrappy at the moment, and now the changes aren't going to be made.
Kai Williams actually is coming on.
So Kai Williams is coming on.
And Kai Fifield. And it'll be two Kais, I think.
The two Kais are coming on. To see who's going off.
Van Leer.
Van Leer is one of them.
For Williams.
For Williams.
Kai Fifield is going to come on for, I think it's going to be Preston Batemo. He's over there waiting for the board to go up. It is Batemo.
Preston Bittermo off then for Fifield.
So 2 changes in the 68th minute for the Poppies, hoping to change their fortunes. So Fataggio will drop down back into the attacking midfield role. And then the 2 Kais in their usual position supporting Eddie Panther up front.
Throwing then on the far side for the Puritans into Ketterin's half. Another throw in. Thrown on that far side. Hasn't been taken yet. Not a lot of movement either. Time marching on. We're into the 69th minute. It's been taken now, though, as a Kettering throw in now. Rowe grabs hold of the ball. A little bit more pace injected there with Fifield and Williams. He's had 2 very good games as Williams in the last 2. It's another Kettering throw, and it came off the back of the number 8 there, Al Abimbola. Throw-in been taken towards Panther. It won't reach him. It's been put out of play again. No, it's been kept in. It was well worked there, denying Panther. And then Lewis threads the ball through to Coyle. Coyle out wide to Fifield, who lets the ball go out of play for a throw-in. And Fifield leaves the ball for Coyle to take this throw-in. Then leaves it for Rowe. He's going to put a long one in then. Rowe then right back against the hoardings as he comes in to deliver this throw-in. In it comes, headed out easily though by Afusu to Coyle. He tries to put it back in, but it only goes into the night sky. It goes over everybody. Isaacson gets something on it to Fifield. Fifield under pressure, and he gets a throw-in out of it, coming off Keegan Bloom for a Poppies throw-in. Fifield leaves it for the long throw of Rowe. Rowe then advances, delivers the ball. Back header by Isaacson. Oh, cries of a penalty, but nothing given. Referee waves that one away as the ball comes over here. It's cleared again. Another chance for the Poppies to get the ball in. Forsyth puts the ball in towards the back post, in by Mensah, and good save on the line by Harding from a deft header from Mensah. No real power in it though, but
no, big man. He got the header clean, but could generate the power from Forsyth's cross. It was a comfortable save in the end for Harding, who clears into the Poppies half, looking for one of their men. It's Ferguson, and he wins the throw-in in the far corner. Jones, Flanagan, Afuso all make their way into the Poppies penalty box. It's going to be a long throw-in to test the rear guard of the Reds. Throw comes in, half cleared by the Poppies, and it is cleared finally outside the box. McCready back out to the far side, and then Williams commits a foul. It's going to be a free kick between the touchline and the edge of the penalty box. Another opportunity, attacking opportunity for the Puritans.
free kick then on the far side. McCready with it. And two in the wall, whipped in near post, headed out. But Ray slipping the ball through again. It comes in again, cleared by Forsyth this time out for a throw-in. Has similarities to that Alfchurch game in many respects. I think Banbury are a better team than Alfchurch, but Kettering haven't really got into gear. Fatigue might be coming into it, I suppose, with the amount of games they're playing in the short period of time, but they've still got to go through that. The ball is with Forsyth, and he gets a free kick. Sets the ball away quickly. Good thinking from him as Lewis gets it out wide to Fifield. Fifield now has got a chance to. He's got overlapping ball here to Williams on the far side. As the rain comes down again, Williams though pushed out wide. Banbury back in numbers now. Williams, and he's knocked off the ball. A foul, nothing given, and Banbury get the ball away to McCready, and they lose the ball. Throw into Kettering. The cheers of the Kettering fans in the Trosaw end as the rain now gets heavier. We can hear it battering on our gantry. Very nice and dry. Coyle then trying a long ranger. It's a ricochet, gets it out wide to Fifield. Fifield on this left-hand side. Can he beat his man? Fifield goes one way, then goes the other, has to do a little pirouette, gets the ball back to Coyle. Coyle slits it inside to Forsyth. Forsyth, poor ball from him though, but Fataggio gets the return. Can Fifield keep this in? No, offside. And conditions aren't helping, I don't think, tonight.
No, not with the squally conditions, and the rain is lashing in now at 45 degrees. But it's one of those games now where you think, right, we've got good teams for it. Liam said about it repeatedly, so we've heard it from some of the players as well. These are the conditions. This is the test for the Poppies to go on and get a winner in this game. Vital 3 points still at stake.
It is, and goes over everybody. Isaacson gets his head to it. Fataggio can't get there. It's been hooked away by Flanagan, who's recovered from that injury. Coyle wins that to Fifield, then he loses the ball to Ray and threaded to Coyle. He's fouled after the ball. The referee sees that, gives the free kick as the lashing rain continues. And can't be easy out there in these conditions. Same for both sides, though, obviously. Paul White out of his area to take this free kick. White urging the players to go forward. White sends it long towards Fataggio. He'll lose that header. He didn't. He got it through to Fifield. Fifield then tries to get the ball. It's been flicked out. And Isaacson sends it wide to Fataggio. Cleared by Banbury. It goes through Mensah and arrives at Paul White on the edge of his area. He gathers the ball, bounces it, and it bounces up. It's not flat as a pancake like it used to be. So White then delivers it high into the night sky. And that's hooked out by Jones. Goes out for a throw-in on that far side. Droves and curtains of rain. It's quite incredible as Kettering get the ball. It's back with Rowe on that far side. Rowe comes inside. Still Rowe. It's going to go for a corner. Excellent work there. Now we need a decent delivery from the corner.
Yeah, it was a good spark. Blaine Rowe. Poppies have another opportunity. Liam Coyle across on that far side is going to be another in-swinger. Williams offering himself short, but I don't think that'll be taken up. It's going to be into the penalty box. Here it comes on the goal line. Harding underneath, but unfortunately for the Poppies, the wind has sort of helped it out. It lands on top of the net, not in the net. And that's a goal kick as the rain really does now absolutely lash down here at Latimer Park.
Looking at the back of our gantry, it looks like Niagara Falls, and I've not seen rain like this for
Telford, yeah, a few seasons
Telford at
ago.
home, yeah.
This
This
is
is
monsoon stuff. It really is.
well, everybody is gathered together here. Referee telling to get on with it, but can hardly see anybody in this rain. It's biblical out there at the moment. The Banbury fans open to the elements, and well, this is a perfect storm, isn't it? Almost. This is as bad as I've seen it for a long, long time. Even in the winter, it was nowhere near as bad as this. As ball is pumped forward, this is where mistakes are made when the situation is like this. Ball trying to get through the pantry, doesn't reach him, doesn't reach Mensah. Then Forsyth. Banbury get hold of the ball. It's out wide on the far side. There's a chance here for visitors, but cut out by Mensah. Mensah takes his time and sends it long. It hovers in the air and goes out. This is a very difficult game to play in, I would think, indeed. It's monsoon conditions out there, and it's difficult to see. It's like a fog of rain. Capturing fans in full voice, though, in the tin hat.
Yeah, they're in the dry away to our left in the Pro Source stand.
Away come the visitors on that far side. It's being put through. It goes out for a corner from Bimbola's effort to try and get Banbury away. The swirling conditions making it worth. Looks like that there's going to be a change for the Puritans. Throwing been taken. And there'll be another Kettering Town thrown on the halfway line. Well, if you are in sunnier climates, completely opposite to this. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's not just the volume of the rain; it's the speed of the wind that's lashing it in, that's making it so difficult out there now for the players of both sides. So, as you would expect, there's not a lot of quality football on show.
Well, no, I think keeping your balance and
substitution
Kent has gone on the far side. The police are holding on to it as
yeah, substitution. I think it's Ferguson who's the man going off.
George Ball coming on for Ferguson. Yeah, we've lost the tent over there has gone flying, and even we're struggling in here, and we're encased in a gantry. Looking behind me, wow. 10 minutes then of the 90 to go as the weather gets worse. The ball is put out wide. Here's Bloom on the edge of the penalty area. Not a lot on, but he does a nice sidestep. He's got McCready with him, who he uses. McCready puts one in. Goes over everybody. And Tadjo, the smallest player on the pitch, gets ahead to it, beating Ray to the ball.
Yeah, that was a vital header. Ray was ready to pounce on that back post area. Tadjo, would you say? Small man in stature. Big in heart, though. Gets his head to it. Throw into the visitors.
Going to be a long throw in this time for the Puritans. It comes in, headed out. Bit of a melee in there. Williams tries to get the ball in. It's gone out for a goal kick. And all the Banbury players are incensed at the referee wanting a penalty. But Kettering have then taken a quick goal kick. And another Banbury player goes into the book.
The substitute.
Substitute ball goes straight into the book. The fourth one for Banbury.
Descent.
The referee, the pedantic referee, wants it retaken again. That's twice Kettering have been trying to get a quick free kick, but he's brought them back. Ball goes into the book. Paul White then just playing with the ball in his 6-yard box until the referee is ready, which he is now. And 83 minutes gone here at Latimer Park in a very frustrating game all round, really. Conditions certainly not helping matters. And if you've been here when the wind has been up, you know what a swirl there is at Latimer Park. Not helped by the rain as the Poppies get the ball on the far side with Williams, but he's beaten to it. The ball has been put inside to Ray. He sends it long, but Paul White will allow that to go out for a goal kick, which he does. And it remains 0-0.
Yeah, 7.5 minutes of a normal time to go. The conditions have eased, the wind has eased, the rain has eased. So let's hope for a bit more quality in the final few minutes, and let's hope for another chance or two for the Poppies to take a vital 3 points out of what has been a battle.
It has been a battle. McDonald and Nick Green, they're urging the players to go forward and doing their best from there. Lewis has the ball, gets it back to Rowe. Rowe into Lewis, puts the ball over the chance here, but it catches in the wind and goes out harmlessly for a goal kick as the rain subsides. And as Gary said, hopefully we'll get some quality in the final few moments of this battle. 2 evenly matched sides on this performance. The ball comes through to Paul White. The man of the match we're just looking at here is Blaine Rowe, has been adjudged by to be man of the match, as Mensah sends it long, little flick on there, but intercepted and sent long by Banbury, cut out by Rowe on the far side. He's been judged that he was fouled, so a quick free kick. And leaves it for Paul White, who comes out of his goal mouth to take this. It's he's been told to go back by the referee. That's only 1, 2 foot, 3 foot, 4 foot, 5, and he rolls it back in exactly the same place. So White then takes the free kick, sends it long, but there's no. It hangs in the night as Williams gets it back to the side. He pumps it forward to Taggio to Williams. Williams then falls over, goes for a goal kick, and getting nearer and nearer. Not too many 0-0s this season for the Poppies. Only one in the league. Only one against Stratford in the league in our history. Still time to break that, of course. And can we get the ball here? No, we can't. As McCready gets the ball through, Bimbola gets it out wide to George Ball. He puts the ball in here. A foot on it by Taggio, trying to find Williams. There's Panther. He can't get there. Well run by McCready. Finds Flanagan. Flanagan on this right-hand side. He sends it in deep into Ketterin's half. Coyle gets ahead to it. Taggio flicks it over towards Panther. Panther then a flick, but nobody there. Cleared by Jones. Goes over everybody. There's Coyle. He sends it long towards Panther. It goes over him and Afusu. The ball back with Fifield, but he loses the ball out to Bloom. Bloom sends it towards Ball. Ball checks inside, does well, gets it back to McCready. McCready out wide to Bloom. Bloom back to Flanagan. Flanagan, right-footed, puts the ball in. There's a chance here. It goes over everybody and out. Any touch there, and that would have been a difficult one for Paul White. And Flanagan's just saying, why didn't someone attack that ball? As Kettering are going to bring on, I think it's Nathan Jeshe, who's going to come on for the final 4 minutes or so. He's coming on for Taggio.
Yeah, this for Taggio goes. There'll be another rejig of the formation, no doubt. This is Looks like Jeshe will go and join Eddie Panther up front. So it's an attacking move now for the Poppers, 4 attacking players on.
He has got 2 goals as substitute as
He has.
Jeshe, both spectacular ones as well. Can he make it 3 as Paul White sends the ball high, it hangs. There is Williams, still Williams. Williams going forward, trying to find a man in red. But he's pushed in the back, gets the ball out of Fifield. Fifield then knocked off the ball. Nothing given by the referee. Blatantly pushed off the ball. Forsyth gets a foot onto that, though. Gets it back to Isaacson. Isaacson sends it out wide. Chance for Jeshe. Out comes Harding. He slices that one out wide. And Albie then putting pressure on Rowe, who hoofed the ball out onto pitch 2. As we're into the 88th minute of this stalemate at Latimer Park. Don't forget, on Saturday, the Poppies are back on the 3G at Barwell. And then on Good Friday, it's here against another top side in Real Bedford. So games come in thick and fast still, as the ball is being pumped forward and goes out of play for a goal kick. Is there going to be late drama here at Latimer Park? We'll have to wait and see. There's not long to go in this game. Just a minute or so, minute and a half of normal time. The ball is sent low towards Jeshe. He can't get there, nor can Lewis. Goes over Coyle. There's a chance here. Goes out to Bloom. Bloom on the edge of the penalty area. He comes one way, then the other. Bloom comes in. Goes to the near post. Being forced out wide by Mensah. Gets the ball into Flanagan. The chance here. And Paul White comes out. And takes control of a 6-yard box, and he can't get the ball out anywhere. He can now. Jeshe and Panther up front. It comes off at Panther, and it's cleared by Fusu out for a throw-in on that far side. We're getting down to the final embers of this game. I can see Malka getting ready with the board to see how much time there is added on. Not been a lot of stops in this. Well, been a couple in the second half. One to it's cleared. Goes out for another throw-in on that far side. Up goes the board. It's not saying too much at the moment, as Blaine Rowe, man of the match, is going to pump this one in. What about a short one there, but changed his mind. Referee tend to get on with it. Rowe then 5 minutes of time added on as it goes over everybody. Williams can't get there. Forsyth gets the ball back to Coyle, who's the furthest man back. Coyle pumps the ball back in, but it's cut out again. Only to Forsyth, who chases it down. Then it's fouled in the process. Right in front of the referee, halfway in the Banbury half. And in the centre of the park, being taken quickly to Williams. Williams down that right-hand side still. Williams goes down and said nothing. And that will be a goal kick.
Yes. We asked the question at the time, Cookie, when the penalty was saved, would we regret that chance? And it looks as though, unless there's a miracle very much late on here this evening, that we do indeed regret that penalty miss.
Indeed so. And that will be a shame. As it goes over Mensah, he has to react quickly, goes over his head, puts it out for a throw on the far side. We're into the first minute of time added on. 5 of those. So whoever scores a goal now, you would think if they do score a goal, that will be the winning goal. But it's in Ketron's half at the moment, down by the corner flag. It comes off Rowe for another throw in. And some of the fans begin to make their way round, as they're not allowed to go through the Banbury supporters, who are housed to our left. So a throw in on that far side to the Puritans. In it comes, and that is almost cleared. Comes in again low, goes for a corner. Kettering can't get the ball out their half. And this is very familiar. In the time added on here, Kettering need to have good game management. They're leaving 3 up front, are Kettering. And 4 defenders coming back to sort those 3 out. So this is a good chance here for the visitors. And referees stop the corner from being taken as there's infringements on that goal line, as there always seems to be. From our angle, it's difficult to see who the perpetrators are. But Paul White seems quite quiet, which is rare for him in those situations. In it comes then, headed out, and almost bounced to a Banbury player, and somehow the ball has come back out. It's been put back in again. Mensah, it goes over him. He gets a second chance at it, does well, but he won't beat that, and that's been put out of play by Ball. Kettering get a throw in. Jeshe flicks the ball on. It's been hoofed back, though, only this time towards Lewis, gets ahead to it. There is Jeshe, puts the ball through to Fifield, but he can't do too much. And then there's a foul by Fifield. And time running out for the Poppies to break this deadlock. A hard-fought, frustrating game for all. As I say, 846 here at Latimer Park. Man of the match, Blaine Rowe. And the story, it could be, of the missed penalty. As the referee just checks his watch. Dispatched by Harding. Won by Isaacson. It's pumped back into Kettering's half. And they can't get hold of the ball. A little back flick there. There is Rowe. He gives the ball away. There's a foul over there on the far side. And it gives Banbury a chance to put one in. And we're at the wrong half with the ball as the time is running out. Banbury won't be in any hurry to take this, I wouldn't have thought. You never know, they might snatch a winner, which would upset the apple cart as the ball comes in towards that back post. Paul White palms the ball out. Jeshe was going to put it over his head. It's a poor one, though, from him. It's gone out for a corner. It's all Banbury in this last few minutes of this time added on. Kettering can't get out their own penalty area. And it looks like it's going to be a 0-0.
Well, it's going to be the last action because we're coming up that 5 minutes now on the extra time. So
referee looks at his watch again.
In no hurry to take this corner. I'm sure this will be the last bit of the action as soon as it gets out of the penalty box. I think.
Of course, last season here it was 2-2, final home game of the season. Banbury have spoilt the party to a certain extent. They've done so again this evening so far. Have a corner at the death here. Goes over everybody, a poor one. Goes out for a Poppy zone. Is there time to mount one last challenge? They're going to get a chance, maybe. It's been thrown to Coyle. Coyle to Rowe. Rowe sends it long. It's a deflection. Will be a Kettering throw-in down by the away dugout. Referee, I'm keeping my eyes on him. See if he has a look at his watch. Rowe with the throw-in, but it's not a very good one. And Rowe does well. It goes out of play, though, for a Banbury throw-in. That should be, I would think, about it. At least the rain has stopped and the wind. And there goes the whistle. Rather damp squid at the end. And Kettering come away with a 0-0 draw.
Yeah, 0-0 draw. It's another point in the bag, but really it's 2 points dropped. It was a decent first half performance. So, of course, had that penalty chance to get our noses in front. It was saved. And really, in the second half, Banbury were certainly our equals, if not our betters, in terms of possessions. No real work for either goalkeeper to worry about. Kettering went a little bit too long, in my opinion, in trying to seek a winner. Not to be. And we move on to Barwell at the weekend.
Yep, still in the hunt, but and not a defeat, which is good. And the Kettfin's run continues. Going over to clap the fans, 846 of them, 810, let's say, Kettfin fans here this evening, which on a Tuesday night in these conditions has been a very good attendance indeed. But from Gary and myself, we'll say good night, and we will see you on Good Friday, and somebody will see you on Saturday at Barwell. Good night.